My friends, I wanted to come on and do like a little mini soul tribe reading. I know I always say that I don't know how long this is going to be, and then it ends up being a really long reading, but I don't have much time, but I felt really called to come on and do a reading with this deck, and I have no idea what's going to come out. So we're just going to talk about what comes out, and if I feel called, then we're going to pull tarot cards, maybe with each oracle card that comes out if I feel called to. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to see what you needed to hear. On the bottom, we do have 29. Certain things aren't as cut and dry as you think they are, so be open to solutions and different viewpoints. Your ability to see past the smoke and mirrors of what is in front of you will help you navigate the complexities that surround you. So I'm just hearing smoke and mirrors. Somebody could be smoke and mirrors, blowing smoke. I don't really understand those expressions, but that's what I'm hearing. So yeah, let's have a look at what you need to hear. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're doing well. I was listening to some Alanis Morissette today. I was cleaning my house, listening to Alanis Morissette. So we do have 33 strong bond. You're currently in a position to create lasting bonds. 33. Your perspective on love and relationships with others has greatly shifted, where there's no longer a need to connect, but rather an understanding that without others, you may remain stuck and stagnant. So you could have been someone who was dealing with some codependent wounds here, my friend, because this says strong bond, and then the reversal of it says be careful of attracting codependent relationships where you rely on others too much or where others seem to want to connect with you in a codependent manner. Strive to strike a balance between need and want. Be mindful of what you give and take in your relationships. So you could have been, in the past, you could have been someone who was codependent. Like you could have been, it's funny because I was just in the pool with my kids and they were pretending to be leeches and they were like clinging on to me, pretending to be leeches. And I was thinking, like, I struggle with codependency, and that's what it feels like. You could be someone who, anxious attachment, I'm seeing a leech, and you could have been someone who anxiously attached yourself to others. I did it my whole life. I did it to friends. I did it, like, all of my friends, partners. So you could be someone who's been spending a lot of time working on your shadows, devil energy, working on releasing codependent attachments to people. And, a codependent attachment, it can look a lot of ways. A codependent attachment can be, feeling like you need somebody else to talk to you, to pay attention to you in order for you to feel worthy. Again, I'm not saying any of this to, call you out or anything. A lot of this happens subconsciously. It's not on purpose, Anyway, you could be someone who anxiously attached to people or to a person. What was the other thing I was going to say? You could be someone who, is releasing the need to have someone else, releasing that need, like you're understanding that you don't need somebody in your life to validate your worth. You don't need to hold on to an energy that is not good for you. And, when you become codependently attached to someone, it can become quite unhealthy. They can be very, they can be treating you poorly. And because you're attached, you stay. Hang on. Sorry, there was a little knock at the door. So anyway, you could be someone who's healing those wounds within you. I'm seeing the Devil card, releasing attachments to people, places, things that no longer serve you. You could be closing out some cycles here with some people. And this is very interesting. It feels to me like maybe someone who you're connected to is going through some type of karmic justice here. Perhaps you have learned some kind of lesson, because the first card out, this is in the upright, and this is a readiness to create a lasting relationship, So it feels to me like I'm hearing the curse has been broken. Is that Beauty and the Beast that I'm hearing? The curse has been broken. I'm seeing a rose. Anyway, you could be someone who's ready for this, you know. You could have been someone who's been working very hard on these codependent attachments, and now you're ready for love, welcoming love in. I'm seeing open heart chakra. We have 88, justice has been served. A legal matter is poised to turn in your favor. This doesn't have to be like a legal matter. This can be whatever you feel an injustice over. Document paperwork meticulously and focus on the positive outcome you desire. Justice will prevail in your favor. Trust the process. So whatever this is, justice will prevail in your favor. Interesting. I'm going to get some tarot cards about this. What deck do I want to use? What deck do I want to use? Oh, I want to use this one. Hanged Man energy. Are you finally surrendering codependent attachments? Are you surrendering cycles? Is this the end of a cycle? You know, soul tribe reading. I'm working on my cycles. The world cycles! You're finally surrendering to some type of cycle here. Beautiful. That's exactly what I was going to talk about today too, if I had done a soul tribe reading. Well, I am doing a little one right now. Is breaking cycles, is don't get back into that pattern, especially codependency. Codependency can be being attached to a specific outcome, you know? I'm hearing cycle of repeat. So is there something that's repeating that you're meant to be seeing right now? Is there a cycle you're meant to be surrendering to? And I'm going to tell you, those cycles can smack you in the face, up and down and all around, and you're still like, where's the cycle? You know, I have a cycle that I'm learning right now, and I said to my friend, it's like the universe really wants me to get it this time. It's like the universe is really making me see that cycle. It's like the blinders are off and Spirit's shining a big, I almost said red light. Red flag. So it could be, you know, that you are surrendering to some type of cycle here and it's bringing you closure. Anyway, how interesting. So let's see what this strong bond and justice is about. We have the Magician. Oh, so we have the Magician here. So you could have been in a very codependent connection with someone who was manipulative. Doesn't have to be. They could have just been, what I'm seeing, and this came up in a reading yesterday, was you've got somebody here with low self-esteem, perhaps from a low vibrational energy. There is manipulation here, the Magician and the Four of Swords. So it feels to me like you were dealing with someone who possibly played mind games with you, or that's how you felt. Possibly you felt manipulated by them. And even their manipulations, their communication could have caused a sense of feeling worthless, if I'm being honest. Now what I'm seeing is this is someone that was in distorted energy. I have to cough, hang on. Coughing can be very symbolic of like someone communication choking on their words or needing to communicate. My thoughts carry vibrations others can't see. Truth. Anyway, what was I going to say? I was going to say you could have been dealing with someone who who stirred the pot and manipulated the energy in a way that caused you to feel insecure. And you could have held on to that. You know, you could have held on real tight to that energy. And what I'm seeing is we have the Four of Swords. So it feels like you've been reflecting about this. You have clarity about this, you know, now that you're possibly not in it. Fours are coming up. We have 338844. We also have the King of Pentacles here, so you could be dealing with an earth sign, doesn't have to be. But I feel like you were dealing with someone very stubborn. Hang on. This King of Pentacles energy, I just heard that maybe this is like a father wound, because I was being called to the wound that I have, that I'm working on with my dad, which is, you know, that energy of feeling like you're not enough from someone's words, from someone kind of stirring the energy. That kind of becomes a stuck thought process. So you could have a father wound here, or you could be dealing with someone with a parental wound. Anyway, it feels to me like you had to detach, like Four of Pentacles and Four of Swords. You needed to detach from that energy, whatever that energy is. And we even have, on the bottom, we have Seven of Wands. So I feel like you were dealing with someone who is maybe, you know, very defensive. You could have been defensive about this. Like, you could have defended this person. You could have, you know how I said the red light? You could have not pretended. You could have been someone who wanted to see through the little red flags that were popping up. Anyway, let's see what else comes out. We do have attachments on the bottom. I want to read it. Time invested or a sense of unworthiness might weigh on you. So are you feeling unworthy because of the time and attention you put on something, put on trying to heal it to make it work, and now you're realizing that you have to detach from it? Time invested or a sense of unworthiness might weigh on you, or fear of leaving a familiar situation could be holding you back. Four of Pentacles energy. Reflect on these attachments. I said detachment. You need to detach. Reflect on these attachments and determine whether it's time to stay or move on. You know, and that doesn't have to be love. That could be anything. I was super attached to making things work with my parents. I was super attached to it, and I tried so many times to make peace with my family, but they're in a very low vibrational energy. And it's kind of, you know, this attachment, it's kind of reminding me of that energy, like when you're in the high vibrational energy and you're attached to someone in that low vibrational energy. This Four of Pentacles energy, there's no flow there. It can't flow. This could also be someone holding on to a grudge, you know, holding on to resentment, holding on to insecurities, holding on to the past, holding on to, I'm seeing like things from their childhood foundation, especially with that King of Pentacles. So for a lot of you, like, you're aligned with me for a reason. I have major childhood wounding around this stuff. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like holding on to an energy out of fear of what, you know, fear of never talking to that person, fear of not having a traditional, like I'm thinking about my dad, fear of not having a traditional father and daughter relationship. Even if I was talking to my dad, it's not a traditional father and daughter relationship because there's like this weird power struggle where he feels super insecure. And when you're dealing with someone in that energy, you know, this is not what I was expecting, but I'm hearing Love Lift Us Up Where We Belong. I'm hearing that song. And when you're dealing with someone in that low vibrational energy, I don't know why I'm seeing Jack and Rose from Titanic. It makes me want to cry, but you have to let it go. You have to let it go. And it doesn't mean you're letting that person go forever. I'm not talking about like real Titanic where she pushed him into the water and he was gone forever. I'm talking about detachment. Anyway. Oh. All right, let's keep going. Shut up, ego monster. We have intuitively closed off. Anyway, we have intuitively closed off. So you're feeling, I feel like you're very intuitive, and intuitively you are being told to let go of some energies here. You could, I'm talking about this energy of low vibrational energy, and I feel like you're dealing with someone or a group of people, someone who's intuitively closed off. And I feel like the more you tried to, I feel like the more you attach, the more closed off to their intuition they became or continue to become. And now I'm feeling where you're detaching that their intuition is starting to wake up. And your intuition is starting to wake up, We have 9. Tap into your inner wisdom and intuition to guide your decisions and actions. Trust your instincts and your inner knowing, rather than relying on external validation or logic. And you know what? It's so interesting. I was just talking about this energy in this deck. There's a card where the advice from Spirit is listen. Listen to the energy. Listen with your intuition. Don't listen with your muggle ears. Don't listen to their muggle words. Listen with your intuition. When you detach from something, you can go through that fear of like, oh my gosh, maybe it'll never come back to me again. Anyway, what was I saying? Listen with your intuition. Don't look at the external validation or the external, I'm hearing offering. Listen with your gut, listen with your intuition. I can't stress enough how important it is to be able to see through that veil and to be able to see when somebody else is projecting all over you and trying to project their shadows all over you. Guys, I cannot stress this enough, and I've been a little afraid to talk about it on my channel openly in fear of judgment. I talked about it a little bit the other day, and fuck it, I'm just going to talk about it. But I've got someone in my life, I told you the other day, who just wants to fight with me. That's all they want to do. And I approached it with peace and love, and I said, I care about you. And they continued to tell me, well, in the past you did this wrong, and you did this wrong, and what about this thing you did? And oh yeah, what about this? And then they started bringing up things that I had already apologized for and we had made amends for a long time ago. And they started bringing it up like as little weapons, little verbal weapons, magician energy. And I allowed this person to project all over me for a very long time. I allowed this person to tell me their perception of me. And I believed it. And today I realized no, it's not today that I realized it. This has been an ongoing thing for a few months in my life right now, where I'm starting to really see through that veil, and I can see when it's low vibrational energy. I can see when someone's like I said, with this person, I just stopped reacting. I stopped fighting. What's the point? It's such a waste of energy. And you know what they told me? That now I'm acting weird. It's weird how nice you're being to me now. Now that I'm being cold and distant with you, it's weird how nice you're being. It's because I'm detaching. Because of that father wound I have, when someone tells me, you're this person, I believe them. Or I used to believe them. When someone tells me, you're a piece of crap, I used to believe it. When someone would tell me, project all over me, I would react and want to fight and argue my point. And guess what? It's a waste of my energy. Stop trying to convince people of your worth. Stop trying to convince people. This reading took a really weird turn. Oh my goodness. I don't even know if I'm going to post this. My intuition told me to close myself off to this person, and I ignored my intuition, and I stood there and I fought. For what? What was I fighting for? I'm being brutally honest with you guys. What was I fighting for? For a friend who was telling me that I was, this, that, and everything else? Used vulnerable moments against me? Someone who didn't appreciate my sparkle doesn't even see my sparkle. So why am I wasting energy on them? That's my point. It's like, it's time to just let them go. If they like, my friend and I were talking about divine feminines today. Hello, friend. I'm gonna bring you into this. But it's time to stop putting up with lower vibrational energy. It's time to stop putting up with bad behavior. It's fine. I finally get it. I don't even know if I'm going to post this. Let's get a few more. Fixed mindset. You could be dealing with someone with a very fixed mindset, and meanwhile you're in a growth mindset. Do you know how hard it is to move forward with someone who's not in a growth mindset? It's the reason my parents don't talk to me. Because they have a fixed mindset. I hope that fixed mindset keeps you warm at night. We have shared resources. You will be or are currently in a position to share with others. See, this is what I mean. At the very beginning, we had that beautiful card about being ready to share yourself with others, being ready to open your heart to someone, being ready to have a better relationship with yourself, I'm hearing, better friendships. And here, sharing resources, it's 48, which equals 12, which is Hanged Man energy. Once you surrender, giving to the people who don't reciprocate that energy and don't appreciate it and don't deserve that sparkle, Spirit's going to give you the people that do deserve it, who do match your energy and see your worth and see your beauty and are like, they want to see you grow and evolve. They don't want to bring you down. Anyway. Spring cleaning. Anybody else spring cleaning? Life-wise, not like spring cleaning wise. Anyway, it's time to rid yourself of things you no longer use, haven't used in a while, or simply take up space. And this is not just physical. This is not just materialistic things. Spirit's talking about mindset. Spirit's talking about people, situations, jobs. Again, when you're awakened and you look around the world and you see like all the people who are so busy fighting and being miserable and hating on others and wanting to fight and all of those things and projecting on others, oh my gosh, it's sad. Like I used to watch social media and I'd watch people, kind of taking each other on social media, like telling each other off, and I'd laugh at some of it. And now I just see it for what it is. It's a waste of fucking energy. I saw someone comment on a TikTok. Clearly, they weren't English. They didn't speak English, wasn't their first language, and they were making some kind of remark to a teacher. They were making some kind of comment to a teacher, and about how, to be fair, it was a mean comment. It was about how I wouldn't want you teaching my kids. It was like that kind of mentality. So instead of just not letting it get to her, this teacher made a very condescending video, which is, maybe you need a teacher. Let me just explain English to you. And she was going on the board and she was like condescending, very condescending. That condescending energy, when someone's being condescending. Anyway, and the whole time I was thinking, like, this is such ugly energy. You are talking down to someone who English isn't their first language. Did they insult you? Yes. Guess what? They're pulling you down to their level right now. You're down in that low vibrational energy with them right now, playing in the puddle, the mud, whatever. Anyway. Laser focus, stay committed to your goals and remain dedicated to your vision even when faced with challenges or setbacks. Again, if you are someone who struggles with attaching yourself to people, the scariest thing is to stand up for yourself and say, I deserve better than this. Because guess what? They're probably gonna go the other way. And guess what that means? You did deserve better. Anyway. And again, for any counterparts that I'm talking to that are like, oh my gosh, I don't want to let go of my person. Like my friend was saying, the divine feminines have to put up boundaries at some point. Like, anyway. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. We have gaining knowledge. Actively listen to others with an open mind, ask questions, reflect on what you've learned. You will gain valuable knowledge and insights that will enrich your understanding of the world and deepen your connections with others. So this is what I was trying. I was trying to just listen to what this person was saying. And there's a card in this book that says, if you just be quiet and listen, others will tell you who they are very quickly. And I said, not very much at all. And this person continued to project all over me. And it was like, I could see right through it. It was like, you're just talking about yourself. And they were saying, I said, you can leave me alone now. Like, this is a waste of my energy. And they said, then why are you still here? And I said to myself, why am I still here? And I almost typed that and I was like, no, why am I still here? Thank you for pointing that out. I have the free will to walk away from this. I have the free will to walk away from bad behavior and projection and not just sit in it, you know? Like, I know I'm getting a little heated right now, but this is like I'm channeling. And I grew up in a household where I wasn't allowed to, I couldn't just decide to detach. I lived in the house with my parents, you know? And because of the way I grew up, because of the lack of confidence I had growing up, I let people mistreat me my entire life. And I would hold on to them. Please don't let me go. Please don't forget about me. And you know, I've been doing a lot of reflecting. It's about how you allow others to treat you. You're the one allowing them to treat you that way. You have the free will to say no, you know? Anyway. Oh my gosh. I don't even know if I'm going to post this. So I want to see what you're spring cleaning and gaining knowledge on. What are you spring cleaning and getting knowledge on? 6 of Pentacles. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Anything that no longer serves you. What are you giving your energy to that's not giving you the energy back? Or that's giving you low vibrational energy? You know, stop filling up, I'm hearing, stop filling up other people's cups, you know? This is another card of giving and receiving love. You are ready to give and receive love. It's come out 3 times. You are ready to give and receive love. And you know why I think that is? Is because you know your worth finally. You know what's acceptable. You know what reciprocal energy is. You know what it means to give and take. You know that you can't just take from someone. And you can't just give either. Anyway, it feels like whatever's not reciprocating energy, goodbye. Clean it up. It really does. It takes up your time, your energy, and it's taking up space in your life that could be taken up by something else, if that makes any sense. Let's get another one. Flip over, Page of Wands. 8 of Wands in reverse. 7. This is very interesting because we've got the 8 of Wands in reverse and the 7 of Swords. And remember I was talking about manipulation and communication, things like that. So again, what should you be removing from your life? Anything that's no longer moving, anything that's no longer moving forward, anything that's become stagnant. It'll keep you stuck in the past. Seven of Swords, you know, letting go of things you've been holding on to that you know aren't good for you. Letting go of perhaps a manipulative energy there. Someone who, you know, the Seven of Swords can talk about, there's the fact that we had the Magician come out. Actually, the Magician is staring at me in reverse right now. The fact that we had the Magician and the Seven of Swords come out is very clear to me that, you know, you could have someone or a situation that's kind of draining your energy, and Spirit's saying to put it down, you know. I'm also seeing, I'm hearing situationship for some of you. Like there could be a situationship, or like the Page of Wands is, you know, this could be someone who I don't want to lose this message. The Page of Wands, to me, there's this energy of, again, finally releasing what no longer serves you and focusing on your own creative passions. I also feel, for some of you, that once you cleanse yourself of this energy, that something new is coming in. Let's get another one of these. I came here with no plan. We have 99, bringing sexy back. I'm bringing sexy back. So very interesting. There's this energy of you focusing on yourself, bringing your sexy back. And what's interesting is you have opportunities falling into your lap here. So Spirit's saying focus on yourself, focus on, I'm seeing like Queen of Wands energy. I'm seeing a glow up. And then opportunities will fall into your lap. This card does say that some opportunities you actually have to go after. So you know what I always say, if you're waiting for something to show up to your door like Amazon Prime, you might have to leave your house for it. But all this energy is showing that you're like spring cleaning. You're making room for new, whatever that is. And whoever's meant for you will meet you there. The situations, the people, the circumstances, the jobs, they will meet you on that timeline, I'm hearing. I'm bringing sexy back. We have Two of Swords in reverse, which is, you know, whoops. To me, the Two of Swords is like stagnant energy. And like I said, you're done with stagnant energy. And I feel by focusing on yourself and releasing those other things that you're causing this energy to move again. I want to get another one. We have, interesting. I think I was holding the deck upside down. So there's a very clear message here about like coming into union with yourself, and there's a message here. We've got this runner here, this runner energy, and I'm hearing stop chasing what is running away from you, you know? If you are chasing something that's running away from you, it could be that it's coming from a place of lack of self-confidence. Turn that energy inwards. Don't let what runs from you dictate how you feel about yourself. Don't let somebody else's perception of you dictate the way you feel about yourself. You know who you are. I'm also seeing, you know, if you are a counterpart, I feel like it's very important for you, if you're dealing with someone who's not respecting your energy and not respecting you and not meeting you at the healed version that you are, then it's very important to surrender that. It's very important to surrender that. And I feel like by surrendering whatever's running away from you, you know, If it's meant to be, it'll come back. It'll cause a shift in your counterpart. But if you don't, then the cycle repeats and you stay down in that lower vibrational energy, if that makes any sense. We have the Four of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So this is what I mean. There's some type of cycle here that the only way to heal it and move through it and move forward is to end that pattern, end that cycle. And if this is someone, the energy that I was getting, like if this is someone who is manipulative and kind of feeds off your energy, like drains your energy. What was I going to say? By removing their access to you, that's the only thing that can help, okay? Staying in that situation and trying to justify it, trying to reason with it, as much as we want it to work, it doesn't work, and that's a sense of control. And this is telling you to release that cycle, especially if it has to do with a counterpart. To surrender it to the divine, whatever that means to you. And I'm not saying you're dealing with a counterpart who's all of this. That's just what's coming in the cards. It's a little bit of my energy. But what I'm seeing is, knowing your worth, ending patterns that don't align with you and people who don't appreciate you and see your worth with that Ace of Cups. Interesting. You know what? I'm going to switch decks. Hang on. I want to get one of these. So I'm just going to give them a shuffle. We have lead, Emperor energy, knowing your worth. That's exactly what it is. The Emperor knows their worth. They know what they're going to put their energy into, what they're not going to put their energy into. That's very clear here. Knowing your worth, knowing that you deserve the stability you seek. You deserve whatever it is that you feel like you deserve, We have, listen, I didn't even catch that, but we've got the frickin' Emperor and the root chakra card, which is like the root chakra and the Emperor. You could be dealing with someone in distorted masculine energy, someone with low self-esteem. So let's just see what you need to hear, what we need to hear. What do we need to hear? We have the Magician. And we have control. I'm hearing a few things. I'm hearing that manipulation again, like mind control. So for some of you, that's symbolic. Having the strength to walk away from that mind control, having the strength to walk away from someone who's trying to control the situation, walking away from trying to control the situation yourself, like especially if you have a healer in you, or like Queen of Cups energy, you want to fix everything. Unfortunately, you can't. The other thing I'm hearing for this Magician and this control is it's about I actually want to look at the card. Hang on. Spirit just told me not to, and to tell you what I was going to say. So we have rebuild here. So for some of you, you're going to resonate with rebuilding. This is about focusing on your own foundation. What I was saying is this is about focusing on your own foundation, rebuilding your own foundation, your own confidence. And, I'm hearing the serenity prayer. Give me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And you know what? If someone else is stirring the pot and someone else is manipulating the energy, you can't control that. Because they're controlling that. That's a form of control. That's coming through really clearly. I'm not going to apologize. Give me another one, Spirit. What do they need to know? We have trust. Trust in this leap of faith you're taking towards yourself. You have all major arcana cards coming out. All major arcana cards. Trust in your intuition right now. It's your greatest ally, I'm hearing. Your intuition is trying to lead you in the right direction. That control card can also be about ego. Maybe someone coming from a place of ego. In order to flourish, relationships, I wasn't even looking up this card. How interesting. In order to flourish, relationships must be fluid and free rather than overly rigid and controlled by emotional neediness or insecurity. So, if you were emotionally needy, anxious attachment, King of or Queen of Cups, overgiving, and they were insecure, that's a tower waiting to happen. It's important to master your emotions so that they do not rule the relationship. A partnership based solely on emotion is out of balance and out of control. Self-control is key here. Act from a combination of emotion and intellect, and your relationship will thrive and grow. Be sure your influence is gentle and loving. This is not the time for domination, magician, and control. With self-control comes confidence. Allow a situation to unfold and detach yourself from the outcome. Don't try and control it. The end result of self-control and confidence is supreme peace. Take some time to examine how control in its many aspects is affecting your relationships. Somebody on Instagram is talking to me. Hello, person on Instagram. The universe is looking out for you. Now is the time to trust the path that you're on is in fact the right one. Believe that whatever you desire concerning affairs of the heart can be manifested in the proper time and for your highest good. Trusting the universe takes courage, but it also removes the burden of doing it all on your own. When you feel alone in a situation, it can diminish your energy and desire to take action that will improve the situation. This card reminds you that you are not alone. You aren't alone. The soul tribe is here for you, my friends. You are not alone. I used to watch Hook, and I used to sing that song that his daughter in that movie sings. I used to sing that into the stars at night. So I know I'm not alone when I'm here on my own. Isn't it a wonder when you're alone? I'm not alone, not really alone. Anyway, the stars are all my friends when the nighttime ends, or whatever. Yeah, those are the words. Know the universe has your back. You are free to take that all-important leap of faith to pursue your dreams concerning affairs of the heart. Interesting. Anyway, I don't even know. Let's get another one of these. Spirit told me to get another one of these. Interesting. We have rest in peace. So you may have lost someone. It can be hard and difficult to move on And at times, it seems like time is standing still. If you have lost someone recently, this is also a reminder that they're standing by you, by your side. And I mean, if you lost someone to like literal death, it looks like, you know, they're coming through in this reading. And we have sexy and single. I'm bringing sexy back. You may be single, but you're feeling confident about it. You're not closed off to love, but you're not actively seeking it either. That's what those cards were saying. It's like you're open, you're not chasing, you've surrendered the outcome. And what happens when we do, that's the energy that all of these readers are telling you that you need to embody. Like, get to acceptance, get to surrender. When you don't want law of attraction, when you no longer want the thing you were trying to attract, that's when it comes in. You're in a sexy and single phase and you're loving it. Keep being yourself and never lose sense of truly loving you. And I'm hearing I had to lose you to love me. Let's get another one. We have fast track to success. We have inner child healing. Major shifts in your life are causing you to reevaluate childhood wounds. Hello. And you're realizing that certain aspects of it keep repeating in a negative pattern. Oh my gosh, that's what I'm saying. You know? There's so much to learn from our childhood wounds. There's so much. It's time to look within and see the behavioral patterns you've developed through childhood that have kept you stuck. You could be dealing with someone with childhood wounding. For some reason, remember how I was talking about equal give and take and reciprocity? And if you look at this card, you know, for someone who has childhood wounding, it's hard to sometimes give love. It's hard to accept love and receive it. So you could be dealing with someone who has childhood wounds. This definitely talks about being stuck in a cycle with someone. It didn't come out in the reverse, but I wanted to read it to you. You are being asked to look within yourself, you know, and I already feel like you've spent a long time looking at yourself. Like, this came out in the upright for you. So the fact that you are doing inner child healing, and it could be that you're healing your inner child, and because you're no longer that wound in you, that inner child wound in you is no longer being triggered by that other person. Now that's triggering their wound. Fast track to success. Identify opportunities for growth, take calculated risk, make strategic decisions to accelerate the process, focus on continuous learning, building strong relationships, and staying resilient. So, you know, that's what I started to do. I looked at my relationships and the ones who were the relationships that weren't bringing a positive impact to my life anymore, the ones that I felt like I was chasing energy, I started to release them. And then what happened? I had some really good ones come walking into my life. You guys know who you are. My whole soul tribe. Come on, let's be honest. My whole soul tribe. Let's get one more. That one did a little flip. That one did a little flip. A little flipperoo. I'm hearing Happy Gilmore. Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Tap, tap, tap. Going with the flow. Embrace change rather than resisting it. Trust in the natural course of events. And I was telling you guys a few weeks ago in a Soul Tribe reading, I am excited to begin a healthy, loving relationship. Affirmation. Anyway, I was telling you guys the other day, I am grateful to do what I love in life. Double affirmation. Are you supposed to be focusing on what you love to do in life? Fast track to success. What you love doing in life could bring you success and new love or past love. Anyway. What I was saying is this is about focusing on your own foundation, rebuilding your own foundation, your own confidence. And, I'm hearing the serenity prayer. Give me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And you know what? If someone else is stirring the pot and someone else is manipulating the energy, you can't control that. Because they're controlling that. That's a form of control. That's coming through really clearly. I'm not going to apologize. Give me another one, Spirit. What do they need to know? We have trust. Trust in this leap of faith you're taking towards yourself. You have all major arcana cards coming out. All major arcana cards. Trust in your intuition right now. It's your greatest ally, I'm hearing. Your intuition is trying to lead you in the right direction. That control card can also be about ego. Maybe someone coming from a place of ego. In order to flourish, relationships, I wasn't even looking up this card. How interesting. In order to flourish, relationships must be fluid and free rather than overly rigid and controlled by emotional neediness or insecurity. So, if you were emotionally needy, anxious attachment, King of or Queen of Cups, overgiving, and they were insecure, that's a tower waiting to happen. It's important to master your emotions so that they do not rule the relationship. A partnership based solely on emotion is out of balance and out of control. Self-control is key here. Act from a combination of emotion and intellect, and your relationship will thrive and grow. Be sure your influence is gentle and loving. This is not the time for domination, magician, and control. With self-control comes confidence. Allow a situation to unfold and detach yourself from the outcome. Don't try and control it. The end result of self-control and confidence is supreme peace. Take some time to examine how control in its many aspects is affecting your relationships. Somebody on Instagram is talking to me. Hello, person on Instagram. The universe is looking out for you. Now is the time to trust the path that you're on is in fact the right one. Believe that whatever you desire concerning affairs of the heart can be manifested in the proper time and for your highest good. Trusting the universe takes courage, but it also removes the burden of doing it all on your own. When you feel alone in a situation, it can diminish your energy and desire to take action that will improve the situation. This card reminds you that you are not alone. You aren't alone. The soul tribe is here for you, my friends. You are not alone. I used to watch Hook, and I used to sing that song that his daughter in that movie sings. I used to sing that into the stars at night. So I know I'm not alone when I'm here on my own. Isn't it a wonder when you're alone? I'm not alone, not really alone. Anyway, the stars are all my friends when the nighttime ends, or whatever. Yeah, those are the words. Know the universe has your back. You are free to take that all-important leap of faith to pursue your dreams concerning affairs of the heart. Interesting. Anyway, I don't even know. Let's get another one of these. Spirit told me to get another one of these. Interesting. We have rest in peace. So you may have lost someone. It can be hard and difficult to move on And at times, it seems like time is standing still. If you have lost someone recently, this is also a reminder that they're standing by you, by your side. And I mean, if you lost someone to like literal death, it looks like, you know, they're coming through in this reading. And we have sexy and single. I'm bringing sexy back. You may be single, but you're feeling confident about it. You're not closed off to love, but you're not actively seeking it either. That's what those cards were saying. It's like you're open, you're not chasing, you've surrendered the outcome. And what happens when we do, that's the energy that all of these readers are telling you that you need to embody. Like, get to acceptance, get to surrender. When you don't want law of attraction, when you no longer want the thing you were trying to attract, that's when it comes in. You're in a sexy and single phase and you're loving it. Keep being yourself and never lose sense of truly loving you. And I'm hearing I had to lose you to love me. Let's get another one. We have fast track to success. We have inner child healing. Major shifts in your life are causing you to reevaluate childhood wounds. Hello. And you're realizing that certain aspects of it keep repeating in a negative pattern. Oh my gosh, that's what I'm saying. You know? There's so much to learn from our childhood wounds. There's so much. It's time to look within and see the behavioral patterns you've developed through childhood that have kept you stuck. You could be dealing with someone with childhood wounding. For some reason, see, remember how I was talking about equal give and take and reciprocity? And if you look at this card, you know, for someone who has childhood wounding, it's hard to sometimes give love. It's hard to accept love and receive it. So you could be dealing with someone who has childhood wounds. This definitely talks about being stuck in a cycle with someone. You are being, it didn't come out in the reverse, but I wanted to read it to you. You are being asked to look within yourself, you know, and I already feel like you've spent a long time looking at yourself. Like, this came out in the upright for you. So the fact that you are doing inner child healing, and it could be that you're healing your inner child, and because you're no longer, that wound in you, that inner child wound in you is no longer being triggered by that other person. Now that's triggering their wound. Fast track to success. Identify opportunities for growth, take calculated risk, make strategic decisions to accelerate the process, focus on continuous learning, building strong relationships, and staying resilient. So, you know, that's what I started to do. I looked at my relationships, and the ones who were the relationships that weren't bringing a positive impact to my life anymore, the ones that I felt like I was chasing energy, I started to release them. And then what happened? I had some really good ones come walking into my life. You guys know who you are. My whole soul tribe. Come on, let's be honest. My whole soul tribe. Let's get one more. That one did a little flip. That one did a little flip. A little flipperoo. I'm hearing Happy Gilmore. Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Tap, tap, tap. Going with the flow. Embrace change rather than resisting it. Trust in the natural course of events. And I was telling you guys a few weeks ago in a Soul Tribe reading, if something, I am excited to begin a healthy, loving relationship. Affirmation. Anyway, I was telling you guys the other day, I am grateful to do what I love in life. Double affirmation. Are you supposed to be focusing on what you love to do in life? Fast track to success. What you love doing in life could bring you success and new love or past love. Anyway. I interrupted myself. What was I saying? I got distracted by that affirmation. I was telling you guys in a soul tribe reading, if things do not belong in your life, that's when they start breaking. You know, when relationships, when there's a lot of friction, it means something's not aligned. If you are trying your best to hold on to someone or a situation or a job and you're like, I don't want to let it go, it's a pretty good indication that the universe is like trying to take it from you. It's being removed for a reason. Anyway, going with the flow, I love it. The reverse is spinning out of control, you know? You're not spinning out of control. You're surrendering to the flow. If you don't want to be here, let it go. Let it flow, you know? If that doesn't have to be just about people. That can be about situations. I'm even hearing, like, behaviors. I'm hearing even things that you do every day that, you know, have become a habit that don't feel good for you anymore. Embrace change rather than resisting it. Find peace in the present moment. While it's essential to have goals and plans, it's also important to be open to new opportunities and be willing to navigate the twists and turns with grace and resilience. Beautiful. I'm almost out of battery. So maybe Spirit wants me to be done. I don't even know if I'm going to post this. What advice do you need right now? We have share the love. 3 of Pentacles. And it's interesting because I've got sadness and isolation over here. I've got the 3 of Swords. So it feels like you're no longer, you know, it feels to me like you're no longer sharing your energy, you know, with people who aren't reciprocating it. Share the love. 3 of Pentacles energy, I believe. Or is this 3 of Cups? And we have this little heart, this broken heart coming back together. I will find it. Share the love. Friendship, celebration, rejoice, community. You know, what if while you're giving all your energy to someone who doesn't appreciate it, your soul tribe, your friends are waiting to come into your life? It's on page 101. Magic. You're entering a period of joy and tranquility. However, this card speaks of friendship rather than romance, suggesting that this is an opportune time to connect with friends. For the time being, let go of any desires, anxiety, or stress around romantic relationships. And what have I been telling you guys? If you want love in your life, manifest a spiritual bestie. Turn to them for support if you need it, and find reasons to celebrate with them. Rejoice in the fact that they'll always be there for you, and you'll be there for them. It's beautiful. So when that person started projecting all over me, instead of telling them, I know my worth, I know you're wrong, and justifying myself, I went to my friend and I said, I need to get this off my chest. And they were there for me. Community is also important at this time. Get out of your house and away from your own concerns. How can you positively contribute to your community? Reach out to your neighbors. Is there an activity or support group that you've thought about joining? Do it now. This is a great way to meet new people who could turn into lifelong friends. Feel the joy of connecting with others and sharing your love in that way. You could even find a friend in my Soul Tribe comment section. That's where I found mine. Let's get one more. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save this before I continue with the one more. Because if my phone dies, it's going to lose this video. Choose your battles. Holy. What was I saying? Choose your battles. 7 of Wands. Choose your battles. I can't wait to read this one. As much as you'd like all of your relationships to be harmonious, that's not always the case. Beliefs and opinions clash, and each person struggles to validate his or her position. Sometimes it's important to take a stand and assert your convictions. However, this attitude may be misread as aggression, and the other person may feel pushback. You then feel the need to justify yourself. It becomes a cycle of confronting and defending, so maybe you're in such a cycle, which can be exhausting and damaging to the relationship. Are you currently engaged in conflicts with others or even yourself? If so, it's time to evaluate your situation. If you believe strongly in your position and know that the outcome will serve everyone's highest good, then stand your ground. If being the victor is truly not worth the discord, consider letting it go. Don't allow the desire to win prolong a battle that is unnecessary, and it's such a waste of energy. This confronting and defending can be exhausting and damaging to everyone involved. And you can get addicted to that. You can get addicted to that. Anyone. As I believe, so I receive. What's with the affirmations coming down for you? I've never had so many affirmations pop down. What was I just saying? That gosh darn affirmation interrupted me. That cycle of repeat. You can become, that's what it was. It can become an addiction. That's what when I first started therapy, and my therapist was like, you're stuck in a cycle with your mom where she just wants to argue and fight, and you just want to talk. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that. But she said, you're stuck in an addictive cycle because anytime there's confrontation and defending and that battle begins, it releases a stress hormone. And you become addicted to that stress hormone. Anyway, and then some people want to just fight and fight and fight and fight and fight and fight. And other people who are healing and tapping into that higher vibration start to see how silly all that fighting is and how pointless it is and how, we should just put our swords down. Anyway, choose your battles, I'm hearing, and there's something here about like, who are you fighting to keep in your life? Do they deserve you to work yourself into the ground over it? Do they appreciate the fight that you're giving for it? Or do they just want to continue fighting? Anyway, interesting. Let's get one more. One more. 333 on the timer. We've got dreams coming true here. Interesting. Dreams coming true. Contentment, receive, be open to receive. That's the energy you're in because you're learning what you deserve. This is a card of contentment and wishes being fulfilled. It suggests that you're now entering a time of peace, joy, and satisfaction. Be clear about what you want your relationships to look like because your wishes may be granted soon. Remember to be open to receiving all that the universe is sending your way and to express gratitude when your dreams come true. This card can also be a card about feeling good, both emotionally and physically. Engage in activities that bring you pleasure. Take a friend to an upscale restaurant, share a luxurious bubble bath with your partner, or enjoy an ice cream cone with a child. Activities that make you happy will tell the universe to send you more joyful abundance. Yes! This will aid in your wish fulfillment, so go ahead, indulge yourself. So focus on the things that raise your vibrations, my friend. Focus on gratitude. The more gratefulness you show for what you have, the more the universe will give you. Anyway, that's a weird one. I don't know if I'm even going to post this. Probably not. Maybe I will. I don't know. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm sending you lots of love. Close out those cycles. Don't repeat patterns. let's get serious. It's funny, I was hearing let's get physical, or I want to get physical. I have no idea why I was hearing that. That was weird. That was weird. Anyway, I'm sending you lots of love, my friends. Bye.